The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good Wednesday morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Time with Blind United. As y'all know, I'm Ed, and this morning I'm joined with Carol. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, everyone.
And we got my brother Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing?
I'm excited, my brother. It's our birthday. We are officially been on the air for 1 year. So that's a great milestone to get past, and hopefully just get greater as we move forward. So we'll be talking about, the journey of Blind United and Coffee Time and all that stuff as we move into the show. But as always, let me get into the interest groups, which is part of the reason why we started Coffee Time, and in essence to promote our many interest groups that we do on a daily basis. So today's interest groups, we have a technology double header today. We will be starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time with AI for beginners, and because a few of us have gotten more in tune with it, instead of putting all the burden on any one person, it is now being hosted by the Blind United crew, right? So it just depends on whether it's, it could be me, George, Brittany, Pedro, whatever, again, we're, whoever's available and whoever there to answer the questions, we're going to get it done. And then right behind that is my brother Pedro, his group, which is technology, where it's more than just iOS and stuff like that, but he definitely specializes more in the iOS and iPhone and stuff like that. So again, he'll be starting immediately behind AI for Beginners at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So come on out and hang out with us and get some tech tips and tricks and learn something new about AI or whatever it is that Pedro has for us tonight. So all right. So how's it feel being and doing this for a year now, Pedro? Did you think we were going to make it, my brother?
Well, it's been a long year. It's been a long year. I remember when we first started, we was doing it at 7 days a week. If y'all can't believe that one, drop a comment if you were with us when we was dropping this 7 days a week. I remember those days starting up like that. Remember that, Ed?
Oh man, it was rough back in them days, but I mean, we were just committed into trying to make this thing work, and wanted to remain consistent. And finally, it got to be pretty taxing on us, like you say, 7 days a week, every morning, 9 a.m. And then finally, we said, you know what, man, we need a break in here somewhere. So we broke it down to 5 days a week, and it seems it fits a little bit better. It gets a little difficult at times because we all do still have, our lives to live, and we get caught up in, that, and we may have to step off and let somebody else do it, for a period of time. Like, Pedro and the crew, they covered for me earlier in January when I had to take a week off, and again, just life does what it does. So luckily, we got a pretty good crew, and we're normally able to cover when others are going to be absent. So I'm just grateful for the crew and the team that we have. And man, I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, yeah. And um I don't know if y'all remember when we had when we used to bring these articles and we used to have these other voices. They used to be like, "Whoa, whoa, hold up." Some sounded sick. At a time, I remember I had to use the iPhone's voiceover voice with a shortcut. And these little tips you can find them in my interest groups, and the one that I teach about iOS, I have talked about these. But I used to do it with my shortcut that I set up, that it would convert my text into audio, and boom, it would shoot it out. But the thing is, it was a little clunky. You couldn't adjust the speed, you couldn't adjust the voice, and it was oh my god, it sounded so robotic.
Yeah, but again, it was all about our commitment to getting this done and trying to refine, how we do it and improving, as we move forward. And I don't know, I think we got a pretty good fit right now. Uh, you know, uh, Man, we're getting it done again. Just thinking about that just as we was coming on, I was speaking with Carol, about how, as Pedro said in the beginning, we were doing 7 days a week. So as I look back over the year, I bet if we was to go back and actually count how many episodes we did in that year, I bet we did pretty close to the 365. I mean, again, because we did so many 7 days a week things in that first month, I mean, I put it this way, we're definitely up in over 350 somewhere in there, I believe, of episodes of Coffee Time. So,
Yeah,
uh,
we do have a cool bunch of episodes. I ain't gonna lie, different topics and different times, and man, memorable moments too. I remember the
um,
first months we were having these other voices too, a little more better until we found our club and found our fit. But yeah, Ed, what is one of the memorous articles that stuck with you in this last year, or a couple of them, if anything?
well, I mean, I can't really name any one particular article. I mean, again, I'm very proud of what we do. With bringing technology and what's new and trying to bring that stuff to people. What plus from our viewpoint as being users of this technology, right? And trying to bring people, hey, look, this could be helpful in your everyday life and stuff like that. As well as much of the advocacy kind of stuff that we do in our articles as well. So I mean, that's me. I just want to help our people move forward, and I like to do the advocacy part of it because that knocks down the barriers.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bringing all those different technologies, like the smart wears, like the solos, or those articles about the meta glasses, and other technologies like the
Pixie.
mobility vest, the Pixie Bar
Dixie Bot.
application.
Remember,
Um,
we were uplink. We were one of the first ones to do a glide interview with Amos.
yeah, also, yeah, our Glide interview with the Glide mobility device that's coming to the market. If y'all follow that one, man, it's coming. It's coming. Ed here got his front row handle ready, you
Hey,
know?
man, I just found out yesterday that they're actually supposed to be at CSUN
Mm-hmm.
again this year, right? Because actually, that's what it was. That's when I first heard about them. as well as being, getting the opportunity to set up that interview with them was in during CSUN last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it hasn't been confirmed yet, Pedro. But my understanding is they're going to be there for a convention on Saturday.
Okay, okay. I might touch bases with them on CSUN. Check that little device out. I'm a techie, you guys know that. And I would like to give it a run. I know it's indoors. They probably set up a little thing. But man, taking it out for everyday use in a way. I want to see that point of view. I want to see how it can handle parking lots that are in front of the store. Sometimes those can be confusing for certain things.
Right. Well, I
So
know
that's
I can't
my
wait to put my hands on it. I mean, like you say, I done already bought and paid for mine, right? What they call what Stevie want to say, signed, sealed, delivered.
It's
mm-hmm.
Well,
yours.
Sign, seal, deliver.
I got the sign and seal part, but I just haven't got the delivery because they technically don't come out till September of this year. But hopefully, being a what they are classifying as a founding glider, that also makes me eligible to be do a what they call it a beta testing. So maybe I might get mine a little bit early.
Mm.
So hopefully, again, I want to touch bases with them during that time and
Mm-hmm.
see if I'm on that list, and if not, make sure they know I would like to be on that list.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but most importantly, just be able to put my hands on it, man, and you know what I'm saying? Even if it's in a closed room with some obstacles or whatever the case may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to get a feel for how it does what it does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for those that don't know, Glide is a smart mobility device. I'm gonna call it a smart mobility device that has artificial intelligence. So it has a lens, a camera on the device with other sensors like LiDAR sensors and things like that. And this device simulates being guided. So you just rest your hand on it and I guess you push it along a little bit, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. Excuse me. It doesn't actually have a motor, but it does have brakes. So therefore, you push it at your pace. That way, you can walk at your pace, right? And then it uses the brakes to guide you. So if it needs you to move to the left a little bit, it applies a little bit of brake to the left wheel and makes you, move to the left, and so on and so forth. So that's my understanding. That's what
Okay.
all the information I have. And
Yeah.
again, if anybody would like more information about that, feel free to reach out to info@blindunited.org and say, put Glide info in the subject line, and I'll make sure I can connect you with the Glidance team.
So that's one of the articles and devices we covered in one of our episodes. We also covered the solo Go GoPros or something like that. I mean, I can the Vigos. Oh my God, I'm blanking on the name, but the solo ones sound promising already at the market. This was another article we covered on Coffee Time. Um, and it's pretty nifty. Hey, I would like to see these in action. These are more tailored for blind individuals. Also, these are you know, um, what is it? Live description, but just like how we covered in other articles, there's the Ray-Ban Meta glasses with their AI also. That now I'm hearing, I think the feature live description has been updated and coming to certain pairs. So
Right. I don't know if George told me he was going to call you last night. He called me and told me he actually has it.
Yeah, so we do have it for one of our sources that they've been using it, and yes, that source is George. So if George, you got secret technology, man, hide, cover all the windows. The government's coming. But all jokes aside, yes. So now the game is the pot is being stirred. So even with the article that we covered in one of our coffee time episodes, what is it? The Echo Vision, the Echo
Right.
Vision glasses, smart wearables. Those sound promising too at around 400, 500 price range. Speculations and rumors where I've been looking around, the speculation what I'm seeing is that they might have a lidar sensor on these glasses.
Well,
And
of course, we know LiDAR is going to help us simply because it can judge that distance. You know what I'm
yeah, it's
saying?
accurate.
And give us that feedback that, that we definitely need when we're out here navigating in the dark. So uh, I just want to throw it out there right quick as we go along through this hour. Uh, uh, Please run over to YouTube and Blind United channel, and you can catch the review all of the articles that we've done, or I should say the episodes that we've done over the past year, and you can navigate through them and get a lot of this. If you're interested in something that you hear us say today, you can find it there on our Blind United channel on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. You could also find it on Facebook and our page, Blind United. They're there with a description and stuff like that. So yeah, so these technologies are coming out. It's getting the temperature's heating up. I know that these Echo Visions and the Solo glasses are made for blind people, and the Metas are made for content creators and have a little more styles. But
Being Ray
now,
Bans.
yeah, the Ray Bans. But now, where does that leave Envision? The Envision glasses is the question.
In federal court.
In fact,
Oh, wow.
because you know, being having that high price range and these new wearables becoming easy accessible now, meaning affordable to us people that are seniors, homeowners, or people that don't qualify for these state programs, for whatever reason, are may now be able to maybe afford a pair of these smart wearables.
I mean, you think about it, again, the Envisions, you know what I'm saying? They can go anywhere from 1800, which only read for you, all the way up to what is it, close to 5 grand for the most advanced model with the AI and all that stuff in it. What is that? The other one, Orcam.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3, 4, 5 grand. I remember they were like 4 or 5 grand when they first came out. So like you said, people don't always qualify, for federal or state services to have somebody buy that for them. But with these, especially with the metas, depending on, whoever your provider is for your phone. I mean, I'm being honest. I got mine through my carrier, which is T-Mobile. And if you have T-Mobile, you can call them up and tell them, "Hey, look, I want to give me some Meta Ray Bans," and they'll break it down for you. Put it into 12 monthly payments, and you can get it that way.
Mm.
So that's the way I got mine.
And that's a good way to get them. Hmm.
So Carol, what was some of your most enjoyable coffee time episodes?
The meta glasses as well. I mean, it's a lot of different episodes that I really enjoyed. I can't just pick one, but um, you know, a lot of just the interest groups, even though they weren't the episodes, a lot of things that I just learned that, I don't have available here for me in Dallas. I hate that I didn't join at the very beginning. It was something that a friend introduced me to, and I'm so grateful for it. And just meeting you all has been just life changing for me. But the Meta Glasses, a lot of the programs that are available through the phones, all of this stuff is new to me. So just learning how to navigate this world being blind and realizing that I'm not alone and that there's so much out there that's available that I had not even imagined could be available has just been life changing for me.
Right, right. All right, Pedro. Well, let's jump in and do a quick commercial break,
Hmm.
and then we'll continue the conversation on the other side.
Hmm.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. You can go to customcane.com. That's custom with a K, guys. And what Custom Cane does is they sell cane and cane accessories. It's like Burger King. You can have it your way. You can get a pink cane, a blue cane, a rainbow cane, a Broncos cane, a Chargers cane, a cane with the Braille alphabet, a cane with your name on it. Whatever you want, whatever type of handle you want, whatever type of tip you want. If you want an aircraft aluminum cane, if you want an all-terrain cane, telescoping cane, any type of cane, Custom Cane has it.
All right. Well, just to kind of touch on something that Carol brought up, again, Blind United as an organization and our interest groups, we're actually in our third year now of doing the interest groups. That was where we started. And again, even George, when I wish he was in there because I know he could add to this conversation. But we had a lot of naysayers. We had a lot of doubters, right? Man, how's that gonna work? Whoa, 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 whoa. Look, we're just gonna do this, and I'm telling you, it's gonna work, right? And I believe, in the early months, man, we might have had less than 10 interest groups, right? And then it just started growing and growing, and now we have over 20 interest groups, on a regular basis. Now, remember, when I say interest groups, I say 20. Remember, some of those groups are once a month. Some of those groups are, every other week, maybe a first and third or a second and fourth day of the week, but whatever. But now, others are also every week, like our movie night. I mean, well, I should say that's the only one that's really every week. Right? I mean, who doesn't love a good movie, right?
Right.
Everybody loves to watch and listen to a good descriptive movie. My only issue is I can't get people to come out of the corner and tell me what movies they want me to play, So, again, but I'm enjoying doing this stuff, So, again, like I said, Blind United as an organization, we're 3 years old, getting into it. And then, like I said in the beginning here, we literally, that's probably George. You got him, Pedro? Uh, uh, we started this to promote those interest groups. You know what I'm saying? Now, our interest groups have gotten pretty popular. So, man, if you haven't checked us out, please, again, reach out to me, info@blindunited.org, say interest groups, whatever, and I'll add you to the email list and you'll get that information. So, was that George?
Yeah. I let him in too. I don't know.
He's
I'm just
probably
waiting. I'm
saying,
waiting. Hey, I'm waiting. I just want people as them late. How you doing? How the cannolis?
I know you always must make an entrance.
Yeah, right. I'm a diva. Well, on the weekend. Oh, remember, my nickname is Sparkle, so just remember that.
So, because in the very beginning, George, I'm gonna grab you right now. You were one of the naysayers about the interest groups.
Yes. No, I'll admit that.
Oops.
I'll admit that. I mean, when I first saw the concept, I'm like, how dumb is this, right? But I didn't understand years a year later. Actually, what that was, what 3 years later, that
Yeah,
these interest groups has grown a lot, and I think you said it while coming in. I mean, just I'm impressed now. I mean, now we have, I think Sunday we had someone from New Mexico now. So as this past week, guys, New Hampshire, New Jersey, even though they might have been already, but what I've heard, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico. I'm like, wow. Now you have Colorado, Oregon, just
Florida.
Florida. Just really cool. Really, you know.
Tennessee, Virginia, New York, Michigan, Colorado, of course, Texas,
Texas.
Georgia.
Nationwide, guys.
Hey, Miss Carol's here.
Nationwide.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Carol? Hey,
Hey,
how's it
George,
going?
how you?
How you doing,
Well,
man?
how about yourself? I'm good, thank you.
But you know what? Seriously, folks. I mean, the interest groups. I've learned. Sometimes you have to learn when you experience it. Is if you know anyone that's kind of struggling with their sudden loss of vision or kind of down on themselves because of their vision, tell them, invite them to the interest groups, and you get to meet new people. You get to talk about your problem. Mister Davis, he's a good counselor. He'll listen to you. Pedro,
I leave that to
Pedro,
Dominic.
but Pedro, I mean, on the basic level, right? And Mister Pedro over here was his technology, and it's really cool. And I got to meet Carol, which from Texas. So one day we're going to meet in person.
Oh,
So it's really cool,
definitely.
guys. It's really cool. It's really neat. And the cool thing about it is free. What else do you want? For free, and we made it easy to come on board either by phone or by the link for Zoom, and it's really neat. And now we're doing the the AI for with the Meta glasses.
Oh
So
yeah.
I
It's
think that's gonna
already on
really
the schedule, my brother.
yes today's schedule. So it's
Well,
just
no,
really cool.
standard AI, the Meta AI is the
New class.
fourth. Yeah, that's the new group.
Yeah, that's it. But I'm saying today's the AI, and and it's cool because when you get to learn about AI, how it integrates
Not to
into.
hold on, I'm sorry, George. Not to pat myself on the back, but who's the first ones that brought AI to mainstream blind society?
Cool.
Us.
Oh, yes. I'm like Mr. Davis. When did he? No, yeah, Blind United, and that's the team. It's funny you mentioned that because you see the spin-offs on Facebook about we're gonna do AI and we're gonna do Meta. I'm like it's kind of funny because we had mentioned that before. I wonder where they got that idea, right?
Hmm.
But the point is, that's neither here or there. But the point is, if you want to come and join us, and if you have questions, folks, that's the cool thing about it. You don't have to like, oh, it might be a dumb question. Hey, a question is a question. All of us have dumb questions, right? I mean, come on, we all do dumb things. Look what we did. We voted for Trump. But besides the point, the thing is,
I
we all.
didn't.
But the thing is, um, it hopes to grow with the interest groups. I really hope it will grow. I really do. It will grow to like Mr. Davis says, eventually get to all 50 states. That would be cool, and other countries, right? That would be really cool. So,
Eventually, I hope to, and that's not to say that people from other parts of the planet are not watching us on YouTube or Facebook, whatever. It could be just more that the time zone situation. They're not necessarily joining into our interest groups.
And when we first started, folks, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'll kind of give poke at Mr. Davis, like, man, how can you do that every freaking day? But guess what, folks? He stuck with it. I mean, me, Miss Carol, and Pedro, we're here. Well, Pedro most of the time, and Carol, but sometimes I come in and out. But I should dog him about every freaking day. But nope, he kept it up. And now, mind you, at first we were doing it 7 days. Remember that, Mr. Davis?
Yeah, we talked about that in the beginning.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did it for 7 days, and as that was kind of daunting. And then so Mr. Davis decided to go ahead and go the 5 days. So
But that's still
Mhm.
dedication. You
yeah,
can't
it is.
find that in very many things.
No, you can't.
Yes. That
No,
says
you
a lot
can't.
about him,
Yeah, he
about the
does.
group itself. Yes, it does.
And
Yeah.
it's cool about
So
the different interviews that we've done, and the topics. Yeah, sometimes they might go political, or they might go this way, but you know what? At the end of the day, what is this? Coffee time. What do you do when you talk to your friends on coffee when you're having coffee? You talk about this, you talk about that. Mi abuela, mi cabrón, but here we talk about political stuff, right?
yeah, yeah, and you know, you have your regular podcast, and I'm not knocking anything about how people are doing their thing, but you have podcasts that come out once a week and or once a month and stuff in our space that we're taking up. To have a show to come in weekly, with different articles and information, I think it's something kind of new in our space, you
Yeah.
know.
And not only that, picture, but just to give the backstory for folks who don't know, it takes a lot of work to do this, folks, every day, and not only from the production side, but the personal side, the human side. Because there's time. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's times that Mr. Davis or Pedro are not up to it because they're health issues, or even me. But guess what? They still make it happen no matter what, right? Or Miss Carol. So I mean, it's just I applaud you all. I mean, all of us on this broadcast because it, we're involved in so many ways, but we're making it happen.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
again, as I say, we're a team, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Again, sometimes, everyday life reaches up and slaps us in the back of the head, and we got other things we need to handle, and thank God we got a team that we can, for the most part anyway, be able to make it happen. Even if one person has to fall off for a minute.
And Pedro, you prop brother. I mean, you stepping in when Mr. Davis was out, and that took. I know because you have your own obligation with your kids and whatnot, and I did. I appreciate it when I would jump on and you had a little comfort time and just listening to comfort coffee time and make those comments. I could jump on Facebook and make comments or
Hmm.
YouTube, and that's the cool thing that we engage with the listeners, right? They make those comments and we can engage with them. That's the really cool thing about it.
Well, that's the beauty of doing this live. Is we get to get that live interaction. As far as people listening in live and they have a question there about something we're talking about or whatever.
For
You
me,
know,
live has always been more spontaneous because live things happen, right? Like I've told you, ever since I've been doing podcasting, about my concept has been do it live. You get more of a real, real taste of it. And I'll give you a real quick example, folks. One time I was doing a podcast and I was talking to a real important person. My dog was taking the poop in the back.
Wow.
So,
Wow. But yeah. Yeah. So we have around I say this last year around 30,000 to 40,000 views.
God bless
easy.
you.
Thank you. Easy. Yes, sir. Easy.
by
Yeah.
the way, Monica says good morning, and so does Miss Katie Taylor. I believe she's in Oregon. So good morning, both of you ladies.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Uh, uh, I mean, again, it's we're trying to do something different. We're trying to do something that other uh, podcasters, organizations, whatever. We're trying to do something they're not doing, right? Again, number one, we're live. Number two, we're doing this 5 days a week. Uh, of course, we do our interest groups every day as well when we have them, right? But again, just trying to do something outside the box, right? Trying to meet people where they're at, like with our interest groups. Like what last night in our Jaws interest group, it wasn't about, okay, well, we're going to teach you how to create a folder in Outlook today and whoa, 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 right? No, it's okay. What do you need help with? How can we help you get past where you are stuck? That's where we want to try to help you. You know what I'm saying? If we can get you past that barrier, now you can move forward.
And you
Go
know
ahead,
what?
George.
The thing about that, Mr. Davis, people don't realize the stuff that, especially on the technology side, right? Where I could talk from experience. All the stuff that we're offering you folks for free, right? But let's say, like myself, my fee for the stay is $75 an hour, where you get it for free and you could ask questions. I've seen Mr. Davis sit there for a while, or I know Pedro has the patience. I have the patience to sit there. You know what? You have an issue. All right, let's work with it. It's not because you really don't understand it. No, because we understand where you're at. You know, where you want to transition into technology. Hey, we're there to help you.
Yeah, and yeah, so it's been a good year. We covered different articles. We covered stem cell research, the first transplant of an eyeball that can help people with cataracts or other eye problems. We have covered
You know,
different.
Pedro.
Mm,
To interrupt you, a friend of mine. I don't. I didn't realize that she watches the show, and she called me right after we had that. Remember we were talking about the. I don't think I was on. Was I on the show? No, I don't think I was. You guys were talking about the Section 8 and how it could be applied to owning a home.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And she
Yes.
called me. She's like, "Oh, George, I'm gonna look into that." And I'm like, at first, I'm like, "You're listening to it? That's cool, right?" But the thing is that information that people could get from here is just awesome. And think
Mm-hmm.
about it, guys. Every day to come up with something that's a lot. It really is. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, who remembers the article about the first where they transplant a liver and it was a pig's liver?
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder
Oh, yeah.
if after that you like to eat a lot of bacon.
Or are you allowed to say I smell bacon?
After you poop, pass gas.
Dang.
Mm.
Yeah, who's got bacon?
Or if you're in the back moving around in the mud, like your wife is like, "What are you doing?" I don't know. Just I felt like
I got
get
an
out of here.
urge to roll in the mud. Wow. That's
No, I
one of
mean,
them articles.
but then again, it's the way we also have fun with this, right? I mean, again, we want to share as much information we can. We want to bring as many statistics to you, about how our community is, lacking, right? How our community is under, if not unemployed. You know what I'm saying? And the reasons why, right? And all of these various things, like George was talking about. We did an article where if you are on Section 8, you can have that Section 8 voucher converted to where you can use that voucher and purchase a home rather than rent a home. Okay?
And the thing about that, Mr.
Right.
Davis, is you know what you're talking about, Pedro podcast, and that we're not knocking the other podcasts, but sometimes they kind of just narrow in on one subject about negativity or but we go across the gamut, from political to funny stuff to
Yeah, yeah.
technology,
You
and that's what people want to hear,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do find podcasts that are for certain topics. Like you could say you have your political podcast, your technology podcast, and they do that. So when we wanted to do a show and Ed wanted to do it live, I was like, we could pre-record it.
I wonder where he got that idea.
So that's something different, doing it 5 times a week with the different having different topics, so the show has its a variety of different topics that we cover, and it's been memorable. But and we're gonna take a quick break, and we will continue on with our birthday celebration. Whoop whoop, coffee time! Happy birthday for us!
Where the strippers at?
You're right there.
Oh, okay, I was
That's
sparkling.
why
Yeah,
we went.
Sparkle.
That's why we went from 7 days a week to 5 because you needed the weekend.
To recover at my age.
We'll be back, folks.
Do you need assistance with iOS? Or are you curious what iOS is? Perhaps you're seeking tips and tricks on how to use JAWS on your Windows machine? Or maybe you would like to participate in our popular support group led by Dominic? Or maybe join us for movie nights on Friday where we watch and discuss the movie of the night? For more information, please email us at info@blindunited.org. Once again, that's info@blindunited.org. You can also follow us on Facebook for real-time updates and community interactions. We look forward to connecting with you.
Do you need to talk? Are you struggling with your mental health? Are you struggling with substance abuse issues? Call the Orange County NAMI Warm Line. That number is 877-910-9276. That number again is 877-910-9276.
Listening to that right there, especially that last one, even the one, about the interest groups, Pedro, but I think that's something else that I want to highlight that I don't think a lot of folks operating in our space, we care about you. We really do. Again, this is why we do this kind of stuff, like, giving you, hey, you might just need somebody to talk to. There's an outlet for that, right? We care about people around the planet that can't get a cane. That's why every day, generally, you hear something about You Can't Give. And when I say You Can't Give, that includes Custom Cane, because Custom Cane is attached to You Can't Give. Custom Cane actually helps support You Can't Give along with donations, right? But even our interest groups, again, we care about you. We are providing this stuff, as George has highlighted several times, for free. You can come in there and you can learn, as I said, how to get past that barrier with your JAWS or, a barrier that you're having. I do a basic iPhone class for beginners, right? Where Pedro's a lot more advanced. But again, we want to meet you where you're at. We care about you. We want to get you past that so that you can move on and live your best life. So I just, again, that just something popped in my head while our commercials were playing.
And the reason I emphasize free, Mr. J, is because unfortunately what I've seen is sometimes people want to charge. Oh, charge it, X amount or X. And I'm like, for what? When someone is struggling to, get, let's say, technology or whatever, why would you want to kick them when they're down? Right? That's my thinking. Just say help you out.
Little history story, right quick. In the very, very beginning, when we were starting Blind United as an organization, right? There was another person involved that, wanted to be a founder along with Cheryl and Brittany and myself, right? But this person literally wanted us to gather all this information that we're gathering and giving it out, right? For free. They wanted us to take all that information, create a website, and then charge people $5 a month to access the website. Hold on. You want to charge people to access public information.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't make no sense. And clearly that partnership didn't work out. So, but again, that's not the goal of Blind United. Blind United is here to help folks in our community. So I just thought that was funny, especially the way you brought it up, George. Most people want to charge.
And also, sometimes you get jokes. By the way, I have a joke. Not really, I don't. But yeah,
Well, so that was your lead in.
you're right.
Well, come on with the joke. Don't
I have
keep
a joke.
it.
I'm thinking of a joke, but the only one that pops into my head is Trump. But
Oh wow. But yeah, so other articles we have covered across the year, has been a little. I know we had. Remember the show we did, the conspiracy show. You know,
Well, I know that's your area of expertise.
that's my entertainment, not my area of expertise. But we did a show on conspiracies that happened and became true. A conspiracy actually is a conspiracy. It's just when you put the conspiracy theory behind it, the theory word, then then they dismiss. But some of those conspiracies become true, not a theory, you know.
I guess the latest one is about the NFL being rigged.
Oh, they do got a conspiracy about that one. Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, I don't know if we want to talk about that one, but yeah, people get upset. People
Yeah.
get
Well,
upset.
I just I haven't dug into it yet, but I did see a headline where supposedly they made some changes to the upcoming Super Bowl per our new administration's request.
Oh Lord
Mm.
have mercy. What is that now?
I
What?
don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen a headline. I haven't dug into it yet.
Oh wow. And I
They're gonna
like
probably.
the article that was brought up about Crypto City, where they're making a whole city.
Oh yeah, you hear about that? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It just,
That
but
was an article that was played here.
it was the live, the things going around us, the live. Sit down and listen for an hour of different stuff is cool, right? Because now it's the news and all this other stuff, and the administration doing this and doing that. You sit down and hear about what we think about it, right, from our perspectives. Because
Or
we're
Bitcoin City, I think that's what it was.
yeah.
Yeah, it's down in what is it?
Was it?
Costa Rica.
No, El
Yes.
Salvador.
Oh, El
Oh, okay,
Salvador.
El Salvador. I'm sorry. That's your native
I was
land,
say
right,
that's
Pedro?
Pedro's whole. Hey, what you talking
Hmm.
about?
Well,
Yeah.
the thing about this new type of a city, um, and that could go into tying into the LA
Oh, the smart
2.0.
city. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's
Well,
right.
this new idea of this, I'm gonna call it a future city, not a 2.0 city. This is they're gonna generate power through thermal heat and be mining for Bitcoin off of the energy they're getting off the earth. So they're not gonna use any gas, any coal, anything like that. And it's shaped as a Bitcoin also.
Oh wow.
But
Interesting.
but let me go here on that note, Pedro. Thermal hydro has been around for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Decades. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This
Hmm.
is a source of energy that we've known about again for decades, but nobody ever wanted to tap into it. Why? Because
Because
of
of the aliens,
They can't
no,
make money off of it.
no, it was because of the oil and the coal.
of
They
course,
want they want to
Oh.
continue using that for production. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Well, remember
And,
that thing that I told you, Mr. Davis. Sorry to interrupt you, but remember that story? You can fact check this, folks. There was a gentleman here in El Paso back in the '60s, and he developed a oil, a motor that doesn't use oil or gasoline,
Mm-hmm.
and it was to the point where it almost came into production, and kind of coincidentally, they found him in the hotel here in Dyer, and that he committed suicide.
Hmm.
I smell
Mm.
a conspiracy in
Mhm.
Right.
there.
Right.
Also, there was another dude too. He made one that he could run in a gallon from LA to New York of water. And
Water. Yeah, I
What?
remember that too. Yeah.
yeah, and he was found dead. Well, not found dead. He went in his house running to his brother saying they poisoned me, and he had a heart attack and passed away. And
Hmm.
they came and they took all the information, and I guess those are worst case scenarios, but what happens all the time is that it gets filed under Homeland Security and gets shelved and classified because they put it under that. So, they come in, they tell you we're gonna take this and it's under this classification now. You cannot release it and things like that. So we might have technologies that could put out a lot of power, but due to it being could be able to be used for high end explosive to explode real, you know what I mean?
But didn't it do that with Tesla when he passed? Didn't it go into his hotel room and took all his stuff?
Yes,
Supposedly,
yes.
yeah.
And the conspiracy is that one of Donald Trump's uncles was one of those
Oh yeah, I heard
agents.
about that. Yeah, yeah. He was a doctor, Doctor Donald Trump. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the one that Donald Trump inherited his geniusness from.
Hmm.
I
No
didn't know you
comment.
could inherit geniuses.
So,
Well,
I
and
didn't
it's
either, but he
look,
says that's where he got it.
yes, look, guys, something that I never hear in the mainstream media. Just to talk about that little subject, he believes that your traits are passed down. Genealogy is what it's called,
mm,
and the evil man in Germany back in the 1940s believed the same thing, meaning I was born with my genius. So if I'm crafty in business and I'm a genius in business, it's because it's in my genes. If you're a criminal,
no.
you're a criminal. It's gonna be in your genes. You're never gonna stop being a criminal.
Oh, oh,
That's where
oh,
that mentality goes, and
oh.
it's
Talk,
it's negative.
Pedro. Talking about that. Did you hear? This is okay. I don't know if it's true. I haven't. Suppose there's a book made
Hmm.
in 1890 or 1900, and it was predictions. I don't know if you heard about this. And supposedly in this book, they were saying that a president in the future, his name was going to be Baron Trump. Hmm. Now, does
Mm.
that mean that Trump genes went to Baron's Trump? But what I'm saying is, you're right, Pedro. What you say about the history, and like Mr. David says, know your history. People think that because you're a certain color or a certain breed or a certain race that you're superior because of genes or whatever. Not, I disagree with that because there's many people that are even people with disabilities. What do they say? Oh, Pedro's blind, he can't do this, or Miss Carol's blind, she can't clean. What? Come on, guys.
The smartest man could not even move off his wheelchair, and
Yeah,
to
man.
come up with formulas and equations in his head to
Right.
jog them down, he couldn't. So he calculated all in his head, and this man could not even get off his wheelchair. Stephen Hawking's one of the smartest men in the world,
Yes, sir.
disabled.
No.
He
Again,
was young when he passed, right? Pedro, was he young when he passed?
Mm,
I think he
kind
was.
of.
Yeah, yeah. But
but
what we're trying to say is, folks, disability awareness is that just because someone has a disability, don't automatically judge them on that, right? Because like me, I lack sight, but that doesn't mean I can't clean, I can't talk, or maybe that's sometimes, or can't think, right? Like Miss Carol, just talking about different stuff that we learned from this show.
I
Believe it or
might be
not,
blind, but I could roll my eyes.
but that's the simple things, like Miss Carol taught me, guys. The simple things when you sweep, put your foot.
Sweet
You sweep
barefoot.
without your foot. Yeah, and I
Hmm.
learned that from Miss Carol.
Yeah.
Something
You
simple,
know
right?
what, guys? You know what? I just move into the future and get a robot vacuum.
No,
No.
I was scared of my dogs. So and now I'm scared of the robot rolling over my dog's poop and spreading it all over the place.
Oh, wow.
Okay, okay. When at my better half Monica's, we got one. Man, it goes under the couch, it vacuums and all that stuff, all that good stuff.
But like I was
No, it
telling
seems
Carol,
like that make you lazy, Pedro.
but
I
one thing
got
that
better
Miss,
things to do.
but you know what? Talking about that, Miss Carol, you're right because right they have the you could do your vacuum by robot. You could do a lot of stuff by
Mopping.
mopping. Yeah,
You could
mopping.
Yeah.
even buy a robot model now.
Oh, really?
yeah,
Hmm.
a lot of your major box stores like Costco and stuff like that, they actually have robotic. Where they used to have people with mops and all that other kind of stuff running through the store. And now they
Yeah,
got a
beeps.
robot.
They sure
Hmm.
do. Or
You
beep.
know.
beep. And I'm like, what is that? And they said, that's a thing that's cleaning. You got to get out of the
Isn't
way.
that
I
crazy, guys?
I
I mean,
told my son,
yeah,
I told my son, hey, can I go touch it to see how it looks? And he was like, nah, dad, don't
Nah,
touch it. I was like, well,
don't
you
touch
could
it.
see it.
yeah. You know, I tried that last time I went to a strip club. I got in trouble.
Hey,
Of
but see,
course,
You only had
those are
coins and you
real
didn't have
people.
dollars.
Oh,
You threw a roll of quarters up there instead of $10.
I threw a
Hmm.
quarter. She threw me the quarters back, so I don't think that was a good thing.
I mean, is that the way of the future? Robotic strippers?
Right?
Oh
Well,
God.
they already have sex robots.
I heard about that too.
Well, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, again, well, come on, let's go to, for decades they've had what the blow up dolls, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
That was first generation.
Now they got all the robotics inside to make, the muscles work here and
Oh
there and
wow!
Lord have
everything
mercy.
Oh wow!
Hey. I don't know about that, but the point is,
Ah,
this is where you could hear this kind of stuff, folks, about technology and all this cool stuff. Like, and I gotta give you guys prop, Mr. Davis and Mr. Pedro, coming up with the titles every day or the items, the articles. I mean, that's a lot of work, guys. Those who don't know about production when you're putting together a podcast, it's a lot of work, editing and
yeah,
getting it prepped and make sure the sound is good. And so I give you guys a lot of prop because that takes a lot of work every day.
I
Well,
do
I mean,
too as
myself
well.
personally, I appreciate that, George, as well as Carol. But again, George, you had a lot of input into that. I mean, Pedro, he was the first one, like you said back in the beginning when we was early on in this show, where he was clunky, right? And he was using Siri to create the articles and stuff like that as far as an audio recording, right?
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. And then, as we move forward, man, Pedro, your plate is full, dog. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Let's share in some of this burden, and I'm grateful that again I have a team behind me. Pedro has taught me how to do that now. So, if
And
uh,
Pedro, I'm kind of when I heard Mr. Davis on the computer today was doing the AI stuff. I'm like, dang, I feel like a little puppy over here now. Shit, it's a big dog over here, but yeah.
well, I
And the
mean,
most
again,
amazing,
he's taught me a lot. Again, if it wasn't for Pedro's, knowledge in technology and the patience with me to be able to teach me how to do this kind of stuff, I mean, I'd be stuck,
And then also, guys, be honest with that we're giving compliments to Brittany and Carol because Brittany, keeping in hands, who's commenting, even though she's not here today. But Miss Carol, you brought a lot to the show too. I mean, this I know sometimes you have things to do, and like me myself, but like I said, at the end of the day, Mr. Dave, like you said, it's a team effort. We're all come together for the good of our community, the blind community, and others, of course.
I
But of
appreciate
course,
that, George.
but we have to,
And the amazing thing, like you're saying too, is people that are listening. All of this thing is being done by blind people.
amen.
Things that people say
Mhm.
that blind people can't do. Listen at what's happening and look at it after a year of what's going on. It gets better and better.
Yep, growing and growing. That's the good thing about it. As long as it grows, we're doing good, right? And we get the haters. That's fine. That means we're doing good. That means we're doing good. So, and little by little, guys, we'll get there. And so, what if today, Mister Pedro, your class for the AI class, or is it going to be mostly on the GPT or what do they call it?
Well, I was gonna give have a little open questions to see what people want to discuss, and we can
Okay,
get into it. A little bit of talking about prompting and stuff like that.
that came up
right,
last
right.
night, by the way. Prompting, right, Mister Davis?
I mean,
So
again, because why, George? Because as we've learned, prompting is key, regardless which AI you're working with.
But you know what? That bad thing about prompting, Mr. Davis, it doesn't work with your wife. I noticed that.
Okay,
So
she's not artificial; she's real.
I think
Yeah,
that's what the problem
natural.
is. She turned around, okay, well, because he says, pass, slash me. I'm like, okay, never mind. Didn't work.
That part, But again, we're just trying to do what we can in this space. We're trying to do what we can for our community, And again, I'm ever so grateful for everyone that has helped Blind United and Coffee Time become what it has become. And I'm just I can't wait to see what the future holds for us, as we move forward. So
It's
uh,
coffee time.
right, it's coffee time. I mean, it's time for our community, even though we walk around in the dark, it's time for us to step out of the darkness.
Amen.
I mean, we need to let people out there see us do what we do. Like Carol was saying, everything we do right here with Coffee Time, everything we do with the interest group, with the exception for one group, everybody's blind. Everybody's blind. Whether they're support group or technology or knitting and crocheting, whatever you name it, everybody's
Cooking.
blind. Cooking. Well, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. And that I love the fact that Renee, being an ally, meaning that she is sighted, she features on her own TV show anyway, Cooking Without Looking. She features blind individuals cooking their favorite recipe.
Or the
You
blind
know,
kitchen. I mean, that one's cool too, yo. So
right? She's a
Yeah,
blind
she's a
chef.
blind
I mean,
chef. Hmm.
and she's bringing the information about various assistive,
Utensils.
utensils that you can use in your kitchen to help you, and stuff like that.
but
Plus,
Mr. Davis, just to keep it real, which I appreciate as a blind person, someone living day to day with not being able to see, is people hear this. Sighted people hear this. My family hears this. They're like, "Wow, you guys could do this." And one guy commented, one of my cousins, about Pedro. Pedro's blind, and I go, yeah. I mean, it's cool because, like you said, you come in from the darkness and show people,
Yeah,
what, we could do this. We could do technology. We could cook. We could do all this stuff, and blindness is just a part of us. It's not who we are, right?
that's right.
Yeah, Aaron posted a comment, 5 rows or something like that. Um,
5 rows.
I think we talked about Katie Taylor. She said, "Hi, good morning. Glad to see you live." And yeah, yes, Katie, yesterday's episode was a repeat. Yes, it
Oh,
was.
yesterday, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, guys. So if you like the show, you like the content we've been bringing you this last year, share with a family member, share with someone that might be blind, or if you think we are providing good information just for anyone, go ahead and share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit that bell, hit that notifications bell, and turn that on. So when we go live and a new episode is coming, you get notified in all the platforms.
And if you have any show ideas, if you have something that you've seen in the headlines or technology or current affairs, whatever the case may be, that you like to hear more about, info@blindunited.org. Don't hesitate. We'll do the research and we'll pull up the information and create an article on it. So again, me from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you, whether it's Pedro, George, Carol, Brittany, all of my interest group leaders, that because each interest group is led by a different person for the most part anyway. Some of us have 2 or 3 groups, but again, because we see a need and we're just trying to fill it. But again, if it wasn't for you guys, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. This could never, ever, ever have happened without your help. So once again, I thank you. And on that note, we will be live again tomorrow. I'm pretty sure you're going to get a rerun on Friday, simply because we've got a chapter meeting I need to go to, and it just interferes with coffee time. But it is what it is. But again, I'll let you know for sure tomorrow. So for that being said, everybody enjoy your Hump Day, George. What's your saying for Hump Day?
Hump those closest to you.
All
I
right, my
thought it was
brother.
hump the ones you
You
love.
love.
Oh, okay, that's right. I was thinking about something else. Never mind, because you might have a dog next to you. But yeah, the ones you love.
Whoa, what about you love a
Ooh.
dog? Whoa, whoa.
Wow.
The dog's looks giving you the side eye like, what the hell's happening right
Right?
here?
So is that really what happened to Cujo, George?
Right?
Yeah.
I I show I played the fifth senator.
Classified information, Ed.
Yeah, my
Oh
old man.
well, hey.
To those who don't know, he was 17. But seriously, folks, you know, just it's a year old. I mean, I think we last longer than some marriages, right? But you know, a year of doing this has been awesome, and you know,
Well,
just hopefully,
Hollywood marriages.
right? And so it's cool, Mr. David. Thank you so much for being so dedicated, you know, and pushing us sometimes to get on and contribute. Because it takes a good leader, right, to lead all of us. And with that being said, I want to say thank you too.
Well, I appreciate you guys again. Thank you. So, on that note, Pedro, Carol, you got anything you want to say before I hit this button and end the stream?
No, does everyone have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday and happy birthday, Blind
Whataburger
United.
Wednesday,
Thank you all.
Miss Carol.
You too.
I don't think she heard you, Carol. He said
What is
Whataburger Wednesday.
Oh, Waterburger Wednesday.
You have
Okay.
Whataburger there, right? Where you're at?
Yes, I
Okay.
do. Yes,
So
I
when we
do.
go over there, I gotta taste one of these water burgers.
Oh,
Yeah.
you never had one? Oh my God.
With jalapenos, Pedro, and chile, and whoo, what?
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, Carol, set your calendar. We're trying to find a
September?
date in September.
Gotcha. I got you. I will
So,
be there.
on that note, everybody, again, whether you want to go with George's Whataburger Wednesday, whether you want to go with the Wonderful Wednesday, enjoy it either way. And we'll see you tomorrow on the next one.